And good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. To all of you, good morning, good morning, good morning. We're grateful to God for His goodness and His mercy. Thank God for all that He's done and that He's doing in our lives. I pray that you are having a positive and productive day. May the blessings of the Lord continue to make you rich and add no sorrow to you. Truly is a blessing to be here, to be on this live and to just come in and to be able to share with you the word of God. So we're grateful to God for you. Tagging a few of my friends in, those that I believe would want to come in. So if you would like and share, if you would, we greatly appreciate it. As I was getting prepared to get into the day, um, God just dropped this in my spirit about make a shift in your memory, make a shift in your memory. For where you're going, you got to be able to um, see your future from the perspective of what you've already come through, what you've already overcome, the things that you've already accomplished in your life. Oftentimes, when we look, good morning, Sister Flo Mitchell, God bless you. Oftentimes, when we look at our past, we usually come from a negative perspective. Oftentimes, we look at our past from a negative perspective, but what God is saying this morning, He wants you to make a shift in your memory. Instead of just looking at it about what you went through, celebrate the fact that you came out of it, that you came out of some of the most horrific things that you ever could imagine. So instead of going, why did it happen to me? You need to say, it was good for me to be here. It was good for me to deal with this because you are today as a result of what happened to you yesterday. You're wiser, you're stronger, you have more power, tenacity, courage, all because of what you have gone through, all because of what you have come out of. And so but you got to make a shift. Oftentimes, people will be weighted down by their past. They'll be weighted down by the things that have occurred in their past. And once again, we always wonder, well, Lord, why did I have to go through this? And why did I have to experience that? When you really should be saying, Lord, I thank you that you found me worthy enough to go through what I went through. And now I'm going to take what I've learned, because in the midst of the hardest situations in your life, you learned how to deal with things. You gained wisdom. And people can't pull the wool over your eyes because you've learned so many different things because of your past. The Bible says many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord, He gonna deliver us out of them all. So there's no situation that you may be going through right now that you won't come out of. Now, listen to what I'm saying. And when you look back over your life, the song says, I look back over my life, and as I think things over, I can truly say the Lord has made a way. I have a testimony. All you got to do is look back. And don't get stuck in who did what to you. Don't get stuck in what went down. Get stuck in the fact, or shift in the fact, that you were able to rise up. You didn't know you had that type of strength within you. Good morning, Sister Bonds. Good morning. Yeah, you didn't know you had that strength in you. You didn't know you were that powerful. You didn't know you were able to deal with the things that you dealt with, but you did. And you made it out. So you got to look at your past. Psychologists call it a paradigm shift. It's shifting how you look at stuff. And if you're going to look at the future correctly, you got to look at the past correctly too. You got to look at it. I have went through it. And Romans 8:28 said, all things will work together for the good of them that love the Lord and are called according to His purpose. And since I'm still here, and since I'm alive, after all the attacks, after all of that stuff, you still here. That's what I want you to celebrate. You got to shift. Quit talking about by now in my life, I should be such. No. Let me tell you something. You need to receive this by faith. You are exactly, precisely where the Lord wants you to be. And He's getting ready to take you into some deeper dimensions and some different levels. But you need to understand that you ain't lacking. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do, man. By now, I thought by now I'd be married, or I thought by now I have this, or by now, no. Shift your memory. Make a shift in your memory. God, you allowed me to go through what I've gone through, and now I'm coming up and I'm coming out, and I'm grateful to you, God, for allowing me to be where I am right now. I thank you because he was there all the time with you. You got a God that's there. Y'all like and share if you would, if y'all can, on these different media platforms. If you would like and share, I would greatly appreciate it, because somebody needs to know. Somebody right now is being tortured by their past. Somebody's being tortured because they're looking at it wrong. They looking at it. They looking at it from the wrong perspective. They're looking at, why would people do something like this to me? Good morning, Ella Wright. Why would people take me down through there like that? No. God allowed it to happen so that you would have a testimony, so that you can tell others, look, you can make it through it. You can make it through it. It's some things that I've been through, and guess what? I'm able to encourage people, and I'm able to motivate people, to let them know, look at me. I'm a living testimony. Should have been dead, sleeping in my grave, but God made old death behave. That's that quartet song. And boy, I'm trying to tell you that God is saying to you today, make a shift. Yeah. Make a shift in how you look at your past. Yeah. Because if you can look at your past from the proper perspective, you can embrace your future with all kind of tenacity and power and strength. You made it. I dare somebody to say I made it. No, Marvin Sapp never would have made it. I'm wiser, I'm stronger, I'm better, I'm much better. And so today, on this triumphant Thursday, you need to settle it within yourself that everything, all things work together. My past, good morning, Brother Phil. My past is the reason why I'm here. And, I'm talking about those hard things that happened in the past. Loss of your ability with your body, or loss of a business, or loss of a loved one. All of these things have helped you to become the person that you are. All of these hardships that you've experienced have caused you to become a greater person, to become a greater, more powerful person, and to cause you to be able to house peace in a way that many can't house it. Because at the bottom, you had peace with God. Yes, you were frustrated, and yes, you were angry or depressed or whatever, but you had a connection with God. And so when you look back with the notion of knowing, look, God brought me out of that, so I know he can bring me out of this. There's nothing too hard for my God. We have testimonies. Each and every one of us, we have testimonies of the goodness of the Lord. So whenever you see this, for those of you that are on right now, like and share if you would, to let somebody know that we're talking about making a shift in your memory. Yeah, you did some wonderful things. Yeah. There's some things that happened. Yeah, some bad things happened in the past, but you did some wonderful things also. There's some things that you accomplished. Good morning, Sister Candy. You need to get this, but you got to start looking different, because ain't nobody gonna win this battle in your life but you. Nobody's going to win this, the battle for your identity, the battle for your purpose, the battle for who God created you to be. And usually the enemy that we're fighting is the enemy that's in me. Good morning, Brother Tyrone. God bless you, sir. Yeah, it's the enemy that I have to fight. I've got to fight, because your enemy, the enemy will have you looking at your past about all of the negative stuff. And even looking at the negative stuff, I'm learning how to say, but yes, Lord, I thank you. Now in the middle of it, I couldn't thank you because I didn't understand why I was there. But now that I come over the hill and through the river and through the woods of that situation, I'm able to say, Lord, I thank you. Because had you not taken me through this, watch this. Some of the stuff, good morning, Sister Nakia. Yeah, some of the stuff that has transpired in your life, it had to transpire, because had it not occurred, had they not let you down, had they not hurt you, had they not disappointed you, had that situation would have still been intact, you would have the wrong people in your life, you would have the wrong stuff in your life, you'd be connected to the wrong things. And so God, in his infinite wisdom and grace, he allowed us to see who people really were. He allowed us to see that this is not the thing that we're supposed to be in. You didn't fail. God just shifted you. God did not want you to invest in something that was not his will for your life. You didn't fail. You're not a failure. Yeah. You may fall, but you're not a failure. Now, the Bible gives us plenty of definitions about falling. A righteous man falls 7 times but rises again, but that does not make you a failure. And so if you look back at your past and you're looking at your past from the perspective of failure, you got to shift your memory. No. You're looking at it the wrong way. Yeah. You're a survivor on your way to becoming a thriver. You see what I'm saying? You survived, man, some of the vicissitudes of life, man, the unexpected circumstances that rose up in your life. Some kind of way you made it, because through it all, God brought you through. I'm trying to get you to have a complete and whole and completely motivated and strengthened look at your life. And you've got to do that. Good morning, Bishop Hill. You got to do that by looking at your past the right way. Yeah. No. I survived it. I made it out. I made it out, man. Yeah. Don't know why. Some of us look at our childhood. The devil started attacking us as children. He started attacking us with our relationships. He started attacking us with all of this. But the thing is, and he wants to keep you down. Have you noticed that when you get discouraged, it's usually about something in the past? When you get upset or whatever, or when things are, you making stuff happen, and all of a sudden here comes your past. Well, your past should not have that type of power, because you got to change how you look at your past. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Y'all like and share for me if you will. You need to look at your past differently. You made it out. I don't care what you come out of. Now, here's the thing. I'm saying this to you. You got to make sure, we're talking about today, make a shift in your memory. Because some folk memory, they won't they won't let you forget some of the things you've gone through. They won't let you forget where you come from and what you were involved in. They won't let, but that's their memory. But you got to shift your memory. And so when people come with a negative perspective about your past, then you just leave them alone. That's their opinion. You hear what I said? Good morning, Brother Greg. That's their opinion. That's them. That ain't got nothing to do with you. I got to, because like I said, I've been sitting around, I've been going just as good. Then all of a sudden, some will show up, the enemy will whisper something that I've done, or something that transpired in my life. And so what he'll do, he'll say, here I am working on something in the present for the future, right? And then all of a sudden he'll bring my past to you and say, you remember the last time you tried to do that didn't work. No. And so if I buy into what he's saying, then all of a sudden my present becomes the past, which contaminates my future. But when I look at it and go, well, no, I think I'm gonna do a Thomas Edison on this. Or do a Thomas Edison. They said he tried 999 times to create the light bulb. And somebody came to him and said, "Oh, what are you going to do with these failures?" He said, "I just found out there were 999 things that didn't work." He didn't look at it as failure. He just looked at it as if I keep on going, I'm going to run into what I'm looking for. You got to look at your past. No. When people give you lemons, y'all know the business. Make lemonade. Get you some sugar. Taste and see that the Lord is good. And you got to learn how to go forward. Listen to me, brothers and sisters. I'm talking to you entrepreneurs. I'm talking to you business owners. I'm talking to you leaders. I'm talking to those of you that are aspiring to do great things in your life. You've got to change the dynamics of your past by looking at it at a proper perspective. You got to change the dynamics of how you are embracing what has transpired. You would not be, listen to me carefully, you would not be who you are today had it not been for all the hell that you've gone through. Hell produced heaven out of your life. If you can shift your memory, you'll recognize that everything. Good morning, Pastor Williams. You need to understand that you got to look at it differently, man. Come on now. Yeah. You abused, raped, whatever, molested, whatever the situation that may have transpired, betrayed, disappointed, assaulted, whatever it was, businesses didn't thrive, whatever it was, you change it. You shift how you look at it, shift how you deal with it. This was an opportunity. This was not a stumbling block. This was a stepping stone. I made it out, and I'm going to use the wisdom and the experience that I had with my past to move forward. I refuse to allow the things that occurred negatively in my life. I refuse, because check this out. You need a positive and a negative to get a charge. Yeah. The reason why you got so much tenacity, because you refuse to die in the midst of negative situation. You need a positive and a negative to get a charge. You refuse. You made up your mind that you were going to go forth. You were going to get it. You're going to get it done. You're going to make it happen, right? And in the midst of negativity, because Jesus was right there with you. He was there all the time, encouraging you through the Holy Spirit that you're going to make it out, that you're going to get up, you're going to go. Good morning, Pastor Washington. Y'all like and share if you would. So as I was preparing to get stuff done, God dropped it in my spirit. He said, make a shift in your memory. Because as I'm going forward, I've got the memory of not being able to accomplish certain things. God said, but now you got more wisdom. See, I didn't lose, I learned. Somebody put that out there. I didn't lose, I learned. Yep. Please, somebody put that out there for me. I did not lose, I learned. Yeah. Later on, they gonna figure out they lost. No, I learned. I learned that you can't trust everybody. I learned that you can't tell everybody your secrets and what God has told you. I learned that you got to keep your mouth shut. I learned that you got to grind silently. I learned that you can't give your heart to just any and everybody. I learned that I have to stay focused. I learned that I had to move into what God has called me to do. I learned that I had to focus on what God has given me instead of building other people's stuff up all the time. I got to put my focus on what God has given me. Have you not noticed that they'll accept all the help in the world, but when it's time to help you, all of a sudden they phone dropping. All of a sudden they didn't get your call. All of a sudden things are not working. Well, I learned. I didn't lose. I did not lose. I learned, right? So I'm shifting my memory. Yeah. I'm shifting how I look at stuff. Yeah. Well, how you doing? I know that really hurt you. No, that helped me. No, that helped me. You can focus on the hurt if you want to, but I'm going to focus on the fact that it helped me. It helped me to understand that everybody ain't got your best interest in hand. Did y'all hear what I just said? It helped me to understand. Look at me shifting my memory. I'm shifting. Now, those things did occur. They did happen. But they will not hold me down. They will not hold me captive because I'm changing how I look at it. I'm not going to allow how other people remember stuff to stop me and block me from doing what God has called for me to do. I just refuse. I can't do it no more. I've done it before and I've given up. And so people will look at you. People will look at you and they'll begin to look at things concerning your life, and they have a perspective about you. They have their memory about you, right? But I don't have to buy into how you remember stuff. No. Because you want to remember the negative stuff about it. I don't, no. I came out of it. And I came out with the victory. Yeah. I've got some battle scar. Every scar that you have physically, emotionally, mentally is only a sign of a testimony that you survived what you went through. When you see people, my dad, who's gone on to be with the Lord, but he had what they call a zipper. He had open heart surgery, and it was this big scar in his chest. Well, that wasn't anything. It may have been grotesque to many people, but to him, it was a great sign that he survived. You got to understand, you got to start using what has transpired, and you got to thank God for the people who disappointed you. I'm going to say that again. Thank God for the people who disappointed you. Thank God for the people who didn't believe in you. Thank God for the people who would not support you. Thank God for the people who would not even consider helping you. Thank God for the people who were assigned to be in your life to help you, to assist you. Thank God that they left and they took their resources and all of that. Thank God for them. Why? Because when they left, when they disappointed you, when they betrayed you, it caused you to get closer to God. You would not be as close to God as you are right now had it not been for the devastation that has taken place in your life. No. I don't look at my past as negative. Yeah, I don't look at my past as negative. No, not no more. I used to. And see, and then when you get, and here's what happened. You get to think about stuff, then your shoulder slouch over. And then before you know it, you moving. You ain't moving. And then you looking back and all this negative stuff. Because now you have bought into what other people are saying. Good morning, Apostle. Yeah. So I got to make a shift. I got to make the shift. Can't nobody do it for me. I got to make a shift and in my memory. Right. I ain't finna sit up and remember the negative things. Yeah. I'm gonna take that negative. I'm gonna turn a frown upside down. I sure am. Yeah. I survived it. I made it. First giving out to God, who's the head of my life. God, I want to thank you for bringing me up and bringing me out. I went through the fire. It didn't burn me. I went through the water. I didn't get drowned. I thank you, God. I bless you this morning, because if you spend too much time looking, because your past gonna always be with you. I want you to hear this now. Your past is gonna always be with you. It's gonna be with you. But you need to understand that you don't let it come along with you with a negative perspective to weight you down. Yeah. Because it was designed to make you better. Yeah, my past defined me. My past caused me to be, I'm keen now. Yeah. My discernment is sharp. Yeah. I'm calmer now. Yeah, I used to be a hothead. Used to bounce all over the place, but I done calmed down because I'm learning how the enemy comes. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, kill, and to destroy. Jesus said, but I am come that they might have life and have it more abundantly. How did Jesus know that the thief come not, but for to steal, kill, and to destroy? Because he has a memory of who the devil is. The same joker that fell from heaven. Jesus said, I saw him fall as lightning, and his perspective is the same. But God said, but I'm come that you might have life. So Jesus, I wish I had some people out there who would testify and recognize that you know Jesus to be a habit breaker, that Jesus is the answer to the world today. Above him, there is no other. Jesus is the way. I'm enjoying this morning. I wanted to get on here to share with y'all this morning. You have got to make a shift in your memory. You got to stop you got to stop letting your past, because the enemy, now watch this, the enemy, all he got is your past. And he keep bringing up your past, but watch this, you can't bring up nothing that was beneficial to me. Now, if I look at my past in a negative light, if I look at my past as something, oh Lord, if I look at it that way, then it'll keep me down. But I snatch the power from the devil when I can look at my past and say, yup, I needed that. I needed to go through that. I needed for that to happen in my life. I needed for that to occur in my life. It didn't feel good, but it was good. It didn't feel good, but it was good. I made it through and I made it out. I put down Numbers chapter 13, verse 30. Because in Numbers, you have to go back and read it. The children of Israel, it's time for them to go into the promised land. It's time for them to go in. And so God sends spies, tells Moses to send spies. He sent 12 spies. Y'all know the business. We talked about this before. Yeah. The 12 spies went in and they saw what God said. Okay, let me just say it again. They saw what God said. To everybody that be willing to shout right now, and you're willing to give a thumbs up and some hearts and share this, for everybody that's willing to give God praise right now, he said, you're going to see everything that I've said. Everything that I've said to you is going to come to pass. Did y'all hear what I just said? For anybody that's willing to give God a praise right now, he said, you're going to see what I said. You're going to, the manifestation of God's glory is going to come to pass in your life, because he's not a man that he should lie, nor the son of man that he should repent. I hope y'all are getting something out of this impromptu dive-in check-in. I was talking to a family member this morning, and I just broke out and started praying. They said, you didn't even give me a chance to get prepared. You didn't tell me you were getting ready to pray. I said, no, I got drive-by prayers. Well, this is a drive-by impromptu dive-in check-in to tell you that you have the power, the strength, the tenacity. You've got everything you need to make a shift in your memory, so that your memory, ready for this, will mirror the miracles that's about to take place in your life. Good morning, Sister Sissy. You need to understand and recognize that my past, my memory has got to mirror where I'm going. Yeah. How you going to do that? It's got to reflect. So if it's not talking about my success, if it's not talking about me winning, if it's not talking about me being the head and not the tail, above only, not beneath, then I've got to shift it. If it's coming to me to try to make me feel sad and low and depressed and like I have no value, then I'm going to shift that memory. I got to shift it. Yeah, it hurt, but I made it out. And I've learned how to suffer. I've learned how to live holy. I've learned how to do what God has called me to do, because I made a shift in my memory. The children, the 12 spies went in and they saw the promised land. They saw what God had promised. And then they came back out with evidence. That's another thing. I need you to get this. God's going to give you evidence that what he said is real. But here is the thing that happened. While they were in the promised land, they saw stuff that God didn't tell them to be looking at. They saw giants. And when they saw the giants got locked in most of their memory. So they went back and they showed what God had said. Now understand something. God was with them 400 years, 440 years, 400 years in Egypt and 40 years in the wilderness. He bringing them into the promised land, right? And then they get caught up in a short memory of giants that they see. Well, don't you know that if God been with you, with your family, your people for 440 years, he's not going to bring you this far to leave you? How dare you get a new memory and let that override what God has done? They came in and said, we saw the land flowing with milk and honey, and we got evidence. However, but nevertheless, it's some big jokers over there. And the majority of them spent most of their time focusing on a short memory, a memory of something that had just happened, instead of focusing on the longevity of the goodness of the Lord. And they convinced the children of Israel, and the children of Israel cried. The reason why I bring this up, and I'm getting ready to go, the reason why I bring this up is because the majority of people that you're connected to, they will focus on the short-term memory, the impact of things, instead of focusing on the longevity of how good God been all this time. And you got to make up your mind, no. Every time I remember something, I'm going to remember that God was there. Every time I focus on something in my past, when the enemy tried to bring up my past, you used to do this, but the key word is I used to. That is crying shame that happened to you. Why they do you like that? All of that mess, that ain't nothing but energy that's going out the window. That's like opening up the window in the wintertime with the heat on. You ain't doing nothing but just mess. I ain't finna focus on none of that negative stuff. I thank God. It is good for me that I've been here. It is good for me to have experienced what I've experienced. It's good for me to have dealt with it. But Joshua and Caleb, in verse Numbers 13 and 30, the Bible says, and Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. Because what Caleb and Joshua did, they went beyond that recent memory, and they went all the way back to how God brought them through Red Sea, wilderness experience, a pillar of fire by day, and a cloud by day, fire by night. You got to go all the way back and look at the fact that God, he held you. You survived that relationship. You survived the loss of that business. You survived the loss of family members and loved ones. You survived the loss of some mobility maybe in your body or whatever, but you're still here. And God is able to bring you to a whole nother level. I hope you're getting this morning. That God is saying, make a shift in your memory. You can do it. It's your memory anyway. I don't have to look negatively on what happened to me. It happened. This is Black History Month, so we talk a lot about slavery. We can't see. Here's the thing: whenever I think about slavery, I get happy. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you got to think about this. We come from tremendously strong stock. Listen to what I'm saying. For you and I, as African Americans, and this is not a racist statement. I'm just making a statement. For you and I, as African Americans, to be here today, that means that we had to come from people who made it through the Middle Passage, survived slavery, Jim Crowism, and all of that negative stuff, and we are here today. We come from strong stock. And when you understand that and recognize that, then you don't get moved by these situations, these injustices today. Why? Because we all come from strong stock. Now, let's go all the way back to mankind. We, as man, we survived the onslaught of the enemy. Sin had left a crimson stain, but Jesus came and he washed us whiter than snow. He washed us and cleaned us and made us whole. We survived. So you mean to tell me you can survive all of that stuff, but you can't deal with what you're dealing with right now on your way to glory? Devil is a liar. You're going to make it, but you got to shift. I can't do it for you. I wish I could. Wish I could bottle it up and put it in a pill or something. You take it and your memory shift. No. You, my brothers and sisters, you got to shift your memory and watch how, when you shift your memory, how things begin to transpire in your life. Watch how things begin to happen in your life. Watch how things begin to go and grow in your life. This is your Facebook pastor and friend, your YouTube motivator, and your Instagram inspirer saying, make a shift in your memory. This has been a blessing to you. You like to sow and invest in what we're doing, E.V. McCright Ministries, you can hit me up in the Cash App, $ Eric McCright. Make a shift in your memory. See that the fact that God's been with you the whole time, and watch God make a way. Like I said, if you want to invest, the Cash App is $ Eric McCright. We love you. We're praying for you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go forth and be all that God wants you to be. Bye-bye.